Let's start.
Are we start for real?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, we're an hour in. This is our
We're not an hour
start.
in. That you're
This is our
being
eighth
dramatic.
start.
We didn't even start. We didn't even have a proper start.
But I want to tell them the reason why we didn't start. For one, the first one, my lips were chapped, so I had to lick my lips for a few minutes.
Don't.
I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. First time my lips were chapped, I had to go lick them for a few minutes. You know, comments aside. Second one, she had to she found some glasses. She took them off now because I said she was swagger jacking. The third reason, I sort of kind of doxed one of her hoes. I put his email out there, so that was the third star.
No, you put his Instagram.
Okay, F it.
No.
And then the fourth star. What was the fourth one?
Sydney called me.
Sydney called her, and then what was the fifth one?
You just being weird.
Yassine was yelling in the background. So we are going on 2 hours now, and now we've officially started.
It's been like 15 minutes.
So what have we missed? You clowned me and Xavier for skating because you said that we're trying to relive our glory days from high school.
I did not say that. I said you guys are skating without me.
They have flat skates. I told you that. I'll ask them.
A little inconsiderate. That's it.
That's the next time we go. So hopefully, I'm looking at you, Nuha, so when you record this and when you watch it back, this is your reminder to put some music in the background. Hopefully some chill hop cafe, maybe a little jazz. Or maybe something that's like not creepy. Not to where like
ominous.
Nothing like that. I don't want any like Transylvania vampire, like I want to suck your blood type shit, pause. But something that's like real lo-fi, like dystopian, cyberpunk, like
Yeah, sci-fi. Because we're talking about Heaven's Gate. That's actually the topic of our episode today. Cults.
Is it? Oh, okay. I was about to say. All right, let's do our intro.
We did it, Joe.
You're
gonna be the next president of the United States.
That's the ugliest intro I've ever heard in my life. We are so ugly for that intro.
Yeah.
Yes, internet cults.
Let's talk about them.
I feel like, okay, so just to preface, Nuha did extensive research on one cult, and I took the little task work of finding like little tiny ones that are like tucked in the corners of the internet. Some of these are really, not really hard, but one of the things with doing internet cults is that just like Twitter or Reddit, if you're doing some crazy shit, they'll just ban it. And they'll be like, okay, well, obviously you're being irresponsible with our platform, and we don't want a mass suicide because you said niggas meet up in the alleyway at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. So some of these are kind of like hearsay, she say, but a couple of them are still up. And I will be sharing my screen so that we can delve into them. Some of these I haven't played with at all. Some of these I haven't even clicked past the main menu because I was like, okay, I want to be able to see it for the first time with the viewers and with Nuha and with her forehead. Like, I want us to all be able to see it for the first time.
Did you shut out my forehead?
See?
Okay. Anyway.
So, would you like to go first, or would you like me to get off the tiny ones?
No, I'll go first because it's pretty. So, I'm sure some of you may have heard of this cult. They're called Heaven's Gate. It was a cult started in San Diego, California by two members, Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles in 1974. Some background information, the 70s and the 60s were like the hippie movement. The Vietnam War was happening. Cults were like a thing that were kind of becoming a part of pulp culture. Yeah, there's a website. It was becoming a part of pulp culture. And so younger people especially were very much influenced by things that kind of stepped out of the norm. They were seeking for something outside of themselves. And Heaven's Gate, the whole entire concept of the cult, I still kind of struggle with understanding it.
Can you see the website on my screen?
Yeah, I can see the website.
So it's not showing me?
No.
Okay.
It's a weird, like their website is all, like sci-fi and extra, you know what I mean? Like, I can't think of the word, in space. The whole entire point of their cult was it combined teachings of Christianity, believing it to be a giant metaphor essentially for like space, aliens. They believed that they were going to be like leave this earth and go into a space shuttle and go off somewhere into some different dimension. The idea of heaven is like very, it's very much connected to aliens. And it ended up in tragedy. 39 members committed mass suicide on March 26, 1997. They were all wearing like the same outfits, the same type of sneakers. They were in the same position when they died. They were in beds with their, I believe, blankets covering them. Some of them had things.
Hold up.
Sorry for the cut. We had some technical issues, but going back on the cult, actually the main member, the face of the cult is like some dude named Marshall Applewhite. He was perceived to be the person who kind of like had this crazy conspiracy and everything, but in reality it was actually his, I believe, partner, Bonnie Nettie or Nettles. The cult, I don't know, the cult itself, like there's a documentary I watched on HBO. It's broken up into 4 parts about it. They never really coerced or manipulated people into believing anything. It was kind of, and they didn't have any type of organized leadership whatsoever. It was kind of just like scattered throughout, and people could take what they needed. And, you know, the belief system was very much just, I think people just believed in it because of what, you know, society was looking like at the time.
Yeah. This was at the turn of the decade. Like this was about to be 2000, right?
Yeah.
Because that website I saw, did you see it was like 1997?
Yeah, and
so
actually
they were on that 2K wave, but like
they were.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and they actually, if you write an email in there or send something, and they have like a little box you can send stuff, they still respond to this day. It's still a cult to this day.
Now I heard that, because I remember I heard about this shit, like, am I too loud? I feel like I'm really close to the mic.
No, you're good.
First time I heard about it was on Reddit, and because I used to read like creepypasta and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I heard that they left one dude to maintain the website, and they all wanted to kill themselves. And they said, you got to spread the word. But then eventually he died, or maybe he kicked off somebody, because somebody has to keep the domain alive, like paying the domain.
It's somebody who's running it. I'm still not sure who's running it.
What the hell? So they bought into that whole 2K we're gonna die wave. They all killed themselves. I mean,
I think originally when the cult first started in the 70s and it was taken off in like the 80s, it wasn't necessarily. I think they were always, they had this belief that they would just be abducted and taken away one day.
Right. That's what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as years began to progress, I'm pretty sure Bonnie and Marshall probably were like, okay, we're just gonna have to kill ourselves to like speed up the process. I'm not really sure.
Isn't that crazy? Because they, even before they just had this website, it's not like they made the website and they was like, okay, well, let's come up with a doctrine. Like they already were doing this shit in pen and paper, and then they literally transcribed and put all this shit on the website so it can be easily delivered to people around the world. It's like,
well, finish what you were saying. Sorry.
No, I'm saying, to me, it's crazy that they were already doing this shit anyway, and then the internet just made it easily accessible for other people to join them.
It's also interesting because a lot of the members had to give up their families, children, everything, and kind of devote themselves completely to the cult. And it gives me very much Jim Jones, or that guy who like,
that's what the Kool-Aid
thing. Yeah, very much on the same type of level.
I feel like Heaven's Gate is definitely the most well-known kind of buzzword for internet cults, because I mean, even Lil Uzi made his album cover off of Eternal Atake. Off of that, it's literally the same image from the Heaven's Gate,
which is a little bit questionable.
But he also airs, I mean, I know this is off topic, but he also airs on the side of demonic possession, and or there's
he got a crystal in his head, so, or a diamond. Kind of gross. Ugh.
As a Uzi, I don't give a fuck. That's another grown man. I don't care. So damn. So was there like because when you said that you wanted to take on Heaven's Gate, I was like, okay, then she might walk away with a symptom, or like she might walk away with,
you know, like, what actually I see the appeal for joining cults back then. I could see, like, perhaps if I was like a young person back in the 70s and 60s, I probably would have joined a cult, because at this time you have to understand that so much was happening in the United States, like, well, really, like, around the world. The Vietnam War was happening. The Cold War was still going on.
They need like an escape.
Yeah, Kent State shooting happened. Like, no one trusted the government. No one trusted these like like what are the like organized religion. So they were seeking something beyond themselves. And also what?
It reminds me of them videos of that woman trying to make a force field, and she's like, ah, and the dude just runs full speed and knocks her ass out. And then he acts like he has a conniption, and he's like, oh, like as he felt the energy. You remember that video?
Yeah, we might need to link it for people.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I might like put a clip in here so you guys can see what we're talking about.
Knock the hell out that woman.
Those of you who don't know what we're talking about on Spotify or Soundcloud, if you're listening,
they have to know. Oh,
just go on YouTube and you can just see it in the YouTube video. But yeah, I mean, and also Marshall Applewhite was an interesting character because he used to work at some college down in Texas, and he was a music teacher, and he ended up getting fired because he had alleged relations with a male graduate student.
Oh, okay. I thought this was gonna be like an underage type. I was about to throw up.
A male graduate student, and as a result, he ended up getting fired, and his wife ended up divorcing him, and that's when he met Bonnie. But him and Bonnie were never sexual. They never had a sexual relationship.
What? How long were they
actually
married?
Bonnie was his nurse, and Bonnie was much older than him. Bonnie
and
was
neither one of them ever got a little.
No, well, because Marshall was probably not straight completely.
Oh.
So I mean,
she was his beard. She was his beard.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this cult, I think, arise from suppression. But it's interesting because Marshall was not the one who kind of had this ideology first. It was actually Bonnie. Bonnie is considered the mastermind behind all of this. Marshall was the one who just was always speaking. Like he's the one whose face was always in camera. Bonnie not so much, but Bonnie
because
was
they probably
the
take it better from a man. It'd be easier during that time, especially.
Well, yeah.
Have a man kind of lead that, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they got a lot of attention because I think they were based out in Oregon originally, and they had these crazy concepts, so they were always in the news, always everywhere, and that's kind of how members, were like kind of join the organization or the.
And
cult.
people from Oregon, they only eat brown eggs, so I believe that shit. So. But
shout out to Portland, Oregon. That's the only city in Oregon.
Shout out to Mine.
Oh yeah.
I've been listening to that nigga since high school. How does he say you pronounce his name?
I think it's Amine.
That nigga on his first mixtape did not say that.
Well,
he literally said Amin.
Like, I know, but listen, hear me out. When you grow up in a white, like predominantly white area, you kind of like tone your name down. My older brother does that. He doesn't go by Khalid. He just goes by Khalid. So, but yeah, that's Heaven's Gate.
He had me sounding crazy for years. I'm like, yeah, I listen to Amin. They like, you mean Amin, eh? I'm like, bitch, I got his first mixtape that you can't download on the internet because he wiped it off because he was with the infinite. Anyway, I just, what I'm saying, I just want to give my little hipster vibe.
I recommend anybody to watch the documentary. It was really.
What's
good.
The documentary called?
It's called Cult something. I don't remember. It's on HBO Max, but it's broken up into 4 parts. It's about Heaven's Gate. It's really interesting. It goes even deeper into the lives of Bonnie, the members, their children, everything. Because a lot of these kids who were interviewed in the documentary, their parents had just completely abandoned them, like gave them away to their grandparents, to family friends, because the whole point of the cult was, okay, you need to abandon all these worldly things and show that God, who they assumed was like an alien. I'm not sure if I think the philosophy behind it, because I still was pretty confused on it, was they took the Bible as like a giant metaphor for space, the universe, aliens, essentially, spaceships. Yeah. And Bonnie was always interested in the occult, always interested in astrology, per her daughter, from what her daughter said. And I think that's kind of what drew her into this. But it's also, I think, while they weren't necessarily manipulative, I can't say that they were manipulative per se. I think it was
implied. One shit, so they was like they're not telling you to do something. Like you should.
Well, like, because like, okay, this is a like, if you're religiously suppressed in any type of way, right?
Yeah.
And you're kind of struggling accepting your identity, but you don't want to necessarily give up Christianity completely, right? This is like the perfect concept, right? It combines spaceships, Christianity, all these different types of theories that are beyond yourself.
Anything celestial shit.
Yeah, and it just seems interesting. It pulls you in. I mean, plenty of cults. There's like this cult, I cannot remember the name of it. There's a cult that was started up in like Oregon. They have a documentary on it. It's like this Indian dude. He had like this giant like town, essentially. They overtook this town, in the middle of nowhere, United States. I don't know if it was in Oregon. I don't know if it was in Utah or Colorado, but somewhere.
That sounds familiar, but
And they all wore like the same outfits. I'll post pictures for you guys to see what I'm talking about. But
I mean, I'll have to go back and watch episodes and look at the pictures.
Crazy. So.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I feel bad for the members who died.
I mean, shout out to them.
Or the families who died.
Swag. Let me share my. Relax. Let me share my screen. I'm just gonna show you this video. Can you see this? Can you see my webpage? I just want us to watch this video. Before I go into who this is well, let me just. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's from like Dutch. He's Dutch. Bentinho Massaro. 29 years old. He's a self-styled spiritual teacher. You can see this still, right?
Yeah.
Claims that that.
Do you have the option on your video to where you can like make it like not laggy?
I don't think it's gonna be laggy.
Okay.
If it is, just let me know.
If it is, I'll just post a clip. It's fine.
Okay. He promised the absolute truth of the one infinite creator. That was his tagline. Kind of like when people say, you know, like the Popeyes chicken, the biscuit is like guaranteed to make you stroke. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't choke. You don't choke on that bad boy.
Yeah.
So let me just have you watch this video.
Okay, short comment.
Okay, already he's unhinged. Already, this nigga is a mass serial killer. Like, already, chap lips 1, 2. He uses Axe body hairs wave motion in his hair.
His
3,
eyes are crazy
as hell, and he cold as shit.
Definitely on acid.
He don't even live in this neighborhood. He got that cardigan pullover from Gap. He got a James.
Who is this man?
We're gonna find out. Come on, dog. Look at that. It's like he got a little secret. Like he, in his mind, he go like, they don't even know. They don't even have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Look at how happy he is. Look at this. He is so happy. So, Bentinho, how did you pronounce it? You know it better than Bentinho.
I don't know. Bentinho Massaro.
I'm gonna call him Ben. So basically, long story short, we don't have to. Since I got a few of them, I'm not gonna go on a deep dive of just who he is as a person. Basically, Bentinho looking ass. Can you see me? Mm-hmm. Bentinho with his ugly ass had a 12-day long. Okay, to start off, it started with technically. I wrote a bunch of shit down, so I'm gonna be kind of like reading. So
yeah.
The same narrative. So it was saying that his spiritual journey or whatever was triggered when he was a child because he took these like courses on pseudoscientific human optimization and neuro-linguistic programming at the emotional freedom technique and shit as a teenager, right?
Okay.
So he did like yoga, meditation, something called Reiki. That sounds like
I've heard of that, yeah.
From Lion King, right? That little monkey. So
I'm not sure.
What's the monkey names from Lion King? Is his name Reiki? And then he put
I don't know. I don't really watch movies like that.
It's from Africa.
My stomach just
growled.
Like this happens every episode. Every episode, my stomach is growling. I'm gonna start eating.
Lion King is like a biopic. Anyway, okay. Basically, how do I want to start this? Okay. Long story short, this video is what kicked it off. Apparently, he went to India. Had like let me go. He went to India, had like this spiritual awakening or whatever at like the age of 21, right?
Sounds very on brand for white people.
Essentially, and then he came home, got real sweaty, ate a bunch of tuna fish, and made that video. So them 8 seconds of him just breathing his own breath, like we can hear him. He cold as shit, right? So essentially, fast forward, he's posting videos. And he amasses this following. So like it gets to where his YouTube has like 86,000 subs. His Facebook has 300,000 people following him. His Instagram has 30,000 followers. Now this is like probably present day within the past like 3-4 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. That article that I was reading was written around like 2018, 2019, 2017. Yeah. Anyway, his big he would go on little personal hajjs by himself, but then he had this big one. It was a 12-day long spiritual camp in Arizona. Keep in mind,
I've heard of this.
It happened in Arizona. Remember that?
No, it happened in California.
I thought it was in Arizona.
No, it was in San
The
Diego.
website has an Arizona PO box.
I think maybe they're based out in California, where they found the bodies. Let me see. I might be wrong.
Well, if you go to the Heaven's Gate website, at the very bottom, there's like something Arizona or something like that. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. So basically, the reason why he's in this catalog of internet cults is because it started as a personal thing. Like it started as like he would do. It was actually in
a diary, like a diary of sorts.
No. It took place. The beginning one. Let me find it. I forgot where. I think it was in Oregon. I don't know where it was, but basically somewhere in the northern state, they used to meet up and they would do like personal. It started as a friend group. It started something personal where people would come in and do yoga, meditate, and they started kind of having this hive mind where they were like, the comments online would be like, "You're just enthralling. You're just beautiful." It's like it's almost like handsome Squidward. So basically, he amassed this following, and it was this. He said, for $1,000 and $1,199, you can come with us to this trip with him. And it involved group meditation.
Oh God.
And grape juice fasting.
Grape juice fasting?
So niggas was paying $1,100 to come fart and drink grape juice in the middle of Arizona.
I think I've heard of this.
And be musty.
I think I know how this ends.
But now it's not as demonic or like, twisted as the Heaven's Gate or the Jim Crow. Jim Jones. Yeah, Jim Jones. Same thing. So basically, a little backstory. So what he was trying to do is saying like, you got to unlock your pineal gland, and so basically people that don't know, the pineal gland is like this. It's like the third eye or something. They call it the third eye because it reacts to light. So that's why
I thought it was like, is it not in the back of your brain?
It's in the middle of our brain.
Oh, okay.
It reacts to light.
Oh.
So that's why people say, it's our third eye, because only our eyes perceive light on our body. We're not a different animal where the skin or the sunlight or whatever, it's just our eyes that perceive it. Yeah. So the fact that there's a gland in the back of our brain that sees it, it's like right there in the center type shit if you just put a dart through it. Basically all it does is it puts hormones directly into the blood, so it produces melatonin and shit like that. Yeah. And some people think it releases DMT. No studies have found that, but you know how niggas be. So people be thinking, there's people that believe that you can get
niggas.
You are niggas. Niggerette. So people believe that through yoga, meditation, crystals, detoxing, girls and men that be charging their crystals on the windows. It's a full moon, babes. Witchy bitch vibes.
No disrespect to the witchy girls out there. No
disrespect to the big titty golf girls, but you got it. Basically, this 12-day trip was called the Sedona Experiment 2. Yeah. So apparently this nigga did this shit before, or if not, he just fucking around and he's like, this is the second one, baby. You missed the first. Like,
that's so funny.
Some niggas that make a mixtape and they'll be like, oh shit, the Second Coming Volume 3.
To feel a little bit more established.
Where was the first and second one?
It's kind of funny.
I missed the wave. That means if I'm on the third one, I'm just in, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's kind of funny.
Right. We should have started our podcast with episode 6 to make niggas think, where's the first 5? Like these niggas like.
No, we should do that.
This ain't episode 2. This is episode 28. Episode 28 as of now. Okay, so basically he promised the reason why this is also still on the internet is because he's amassing all of this through the internet. Like he's not traveling the world getting these groups of people. Like you have some people, I forgot his name, but it's like this 6'7" white man who has he has a 6-figure multi-million-dollar empire on spiritual teachings and lessons that he's been doing since like the 70s or 80s.
I think I know what you're talking about.
He's a white dude, and he's been doing that shit for like decades.
It's always white men.
So they're always what's the word I'm looking for? You have the traveling ones, and then in the internet age, he was able to just amass it just through engagement. Yeah. So if you paid $1,100, you can go on the trip. If not, you can pay it at a reduced price online via you can get the sermons and shit online or whatever. So basically after a few so what he promised was that he wanted a fully enlightened society by 2035 is one of the promises by going to the thing. And he just said, niggas, I vibrate on a higher frequency.
Sounds like white people shit. 100%.
He literally said, I vibrate on a higher frequency. Come pay to see this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, after a few days, basically, somebody was found dead in the bottom of a ravine at a river.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this. Yeah, that's
and a few miles up the road, it was like this note written in the Toyota that they drove there in, but I couldn't find out what the note said. Basically, I feel like they were disgruntled, and I feel like they think, "Oh, I've been tricked," type shit.
Yeah.
Because there was talks amongst people that interviewed from it that said there's video clips and shit of him like cursing them out, saying y'all are fucking sheep, or like it's very abusive. I think once you get that
power hungry.
Once you get that power hungry, you feel as though you can talk to him however they want.
Yeah.
And you berate them to make them feel like they've done bad, to get back on your good side and kind of show that. I can imagine this nigga being like the Wizard of Oz or whatever, where he's like, and then he does that on purpose to show them I too have moments.
Well, it's what is it called? Stockholm syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
So basically, he had two big ideas for his thing. Achieving a state of enlightenment. Now, keep in mind, a lot of shit with this internet cults that I found are just cults in general, or even religion, if you want to go there. But a lot of people are, huh?
I said sorry, Mom. Anyway, keep going.
Shout out to Ippy. So a lot of times they're very vague. Like it's like, if you want to get future enlightenment, or if you want to fucking like get hydrated and fucking travel the stars, like nigga, I'm not trying to hear all that. Like, if you're gonna take me to Kingdom and Paradise, get your TI-84.
Also, it's also interesting to see that the people who are still joining these cults are not really younger people. It's more so like older people.
Funny enough, he intentionally sought out the younger crowd. Like when they would recruit people, he's trying to get to the preteen young adults, so that once they're 18, they're impressionable and moldable enough to where he's grooming.
Did it work?
Of course it did.
Oh geez.
A lot of his viewers were young people. You had a few.
Well, yeah, I assume that because it's the internet. That's true.
But you did have a few people that could afford those sessions and shit like that. For instance, I'll get to that. So one of it was achieving a state of enlightenment was possible without meditation. Now, funny enough, you're having me pay $1,100 to come out here to meditate and yoga and fart in the woods with a pine cone up my ass. But one of your principles is, but you can do that without like shut. Okay. Second, so basically it was this idea of being aware of your awareness.
Yeah.
Essentially, it sound like those niggas. Remember we said when hood niggas want to flirt, or when they like want to have an intimate moment with you in the car, they play that song. We started off as close friends. They ain't said a word. They just drive like this, and they look over you like this. And
my bad.
The girl or the guy that's in the passenger seat is supposed to take that and be like, damn, like I get you. You trying to fuck? Or like, damn, we both ain't got no jobs. Let's move to Atlanta. Like shit like that. Like they have those mindsets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We both know, let's have a baby. So, and the second one, law of attraction, but he switches it. So in this sense, he says thoughts have magnetic pull that physically attracts similar energies from the universe.
You know.
So
what?
basically, if I think, damn, I want a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I really want a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Some cosmic entity or being might think the same thing, and oh shit, I got goosebumps. I
kind of believe in that though.
Like
that is literally okay. The appeal nowadays, right? Law of attraction, manifestation. Like I feel like we're stepping into the cult ages again, right?
Okay.
Like think about it. We're stepping into it again. We're in the midst of so much destruction. So many young people are like into manifestation and like energies and vibrations and astrology and everything. We're literally the revamped 70s, and people are even dressing like it, you know?
I'm gonna tell you something.
So I can see why people would be impressionable to believe his teachings, because that's something that appeals to a lot of people.
But I'm gonna tell you why I think that's bullshit, or at least in this sense. I'm gonna tell you why.
I know. I feel like it's bullshit in that sense too.
And I'm gonna give you an example of how he kind of used it. I'm gonna show you how he kind of used that. So he has this thing. Let me share my screen.
You were staring at me like you wanted to.
I mean, listen, because I didn't want to lose you to him. I didn't want to lose you to him. I didn't want to lose you to him.
I would never. That is a white man.
He has this thing called Trendfinity. I looked at this shit for 3 minutes and got a migraine. Apparently there's beyond one. These are the settings of awareness, right? Beyondness, foreverness, beyond experiencing, no subject, infinity, the absolute, the one, right? And you get aware, and I don't know if you can go from one to one. Maybe it starts here. I am this person, maybe because I read left to right because I'm in America and I'm westernized, but maybe you do start over here. I am this person, being this, whatever. So you get to where it's this awareness, right?
Yeah.
And you see how they've kind of done it in a sense of an eyeball,
Oh.
going back to that third eye type shit, right?
Yeah.
So individual, manifest, all that is all. Okay, then you have unmanifest self, free HC, creation, the one. Exactly. Like, none of this shit, much like Heaven's Gate, we are both college educated people. We both have rhythmic, in tune with life. We're not off the spectrum. We're not, we're just casual dudes and dudettes. You and I have comprehension skills. What the fuck is emptiness beingness? I'm not playing with him.
I think, but you know what? The appeal in that, because think about it, like young kids are very impressionable.
It gives the appeal of it gives the appeal of it's easy to just succumb to, like, if you can just go, oh, emptiness, like it kind of takes the reins from you to let you feel as though, oh, I'm coveted, I'm safe in this idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but I feel good, and there's people around.
Also, I think if you have God personified, right, as a man physically, like when people can just physically see that this person is, like, I think people put him on the same, well, a lot of cult leaders on the same pedestal as God, right?
That I'm gonna get into that.
Deeper into that.
Oh, quick tidbit. What we're talking about, the term for the internet cult is called cybersectarianism. Cybersectarianism. We should put that in the title. We should put like internet cults and then put cybersectarianism, whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice name.
So
Cybersectarianism.
So I found a passage about that Trinfinity thing. It said, and I quote, "If you found this bullshit, if you were struggling with life, it was not because of the social, political, or economic systems that govern it, but because of a deficient or misaligned perception of reality. Lasting change could only be achieved if an individual was able to wake up to their truest self, to look past the distortions of the material world and exist in a higher plane of consciousness." So we see how it goes from that inner self to the infinity. The niggas basically went on StockX. They went on some stock images and found a little black hole image.
StockX.
Okay, so basically,
Well, no, keep going. I was just gonna make a comment about the structure of his teachings are just very, like, you can find this anywhere.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. A lot of this shit I liken it to, because I hear this shit. I hear niggas spit game to girls like this on Instagram. They be like, "I'm really trying to give you that Birkin." Now, just that's basically what he's saying. I'm trying to get you that Birkin.
Yeah.
Stay down with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my bullshit. I'm gonna cheat. I might walk out. I'll never have you looking crazy in public, though.
I'm gonna
dress though.
The desert.
You always gonna have them French tips.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That pussy gonna be pap ready.
Ew.
Because that pussy stay pap. So basically, how do we transition from that? Okay, so basically, he started to get a following. The Facebook page, just to give you an idea, they were spending $10,000 a month on Facebook promotions.
Jeez.
To get the word out.
How come I never saw nothing?
This is back in like 2010, 2015, 2016 era.
Okay.
So Midsommar hadn't come out yet. You hadn't watched that movie, so you weren't even thinking about joining cult yet. So,
I did not watch Midsommar and was like, let me go join a cult. I just said the movie was intense.
And that you
liked it. I never said I would do it. Oh my God.
I had this girl, everybody that's watching, go watch Midsommar. It's literally a movie.
I really like that movie. The movie is very interesting.
It's the nigga that made the movie Hereditary.
Hereditary is demonic. One of my favorite movies.
I had knew how to go watch Midsommar.
You did not have me watch it. I watched it on my own accord.
I recommended it.
You didn't recommend it. I saw it before you.
I put the thought in the universe, and somehow she got it. And this girl said, I mean, and as soon as she said, I was like,
I didn't say that. No, because I like the movie, like the colors and everything was just so like, you know what I mean? Soothing, kind of. So I was like, wow, if I was, in a very tough place in my life, I could probably join a cult accidentally.
So basically, $10,000 a month on ads, right? So basically, if you wanted premium, so that shit was free. If you can just go on Facebook page, this was before Patreon and shit like that. I mean, you had GoFundMe's and shit like that. So there's like GoFundMe and then Patreon, OnlyFans. You know how shit kind of progressed over through high school. So Facebook is free. So it's like, if you wanted premium content, specific shit like books, scriptures, lessons, videos, they were giving away for 1 hour, you would pay $600. 600 shillings.
For free sessions?
600 buckaroonies.
Sessions on manifestation?
600 doubloons for a 1 hour Skype call.
Okay. So that's what I thought.
A 1 hour Skype call. And you know niggas are in it. If you got three...
What are you doing?
You have 300,000 people.
How come you have props? You need to let me know so I can start bringing my props.
These are my notes.
Oh.
So that's you may not care. You may not give a damn, but that was hard as shit. I felt like Captain Planet.
It gave me Blue's Clues vibes.
I'm about to be like the MUAs. Okay. They're my notes. And 300,000 people on Facebook. You got 300,000 people. Let's say you got 1,000 dumb motherfuckers that spend $600 for 1 hour. Nigga, you just made $600,000 for one call. If 1,000 out of 300,000 people even want to just see what it's about.
Yeah, you're right.
And you know they're making that much because they paying $10,000 a month.
Jeez.
$10,000 a month for advertisement. In 1 year, that's $120,000 just to make sure niggas that don't even care see the page. I rest my case. That nigga had that money. So basically, the reason I might be kind of long-winded on this, but I had to.
You're good.
This is why I was telling you, like, I was lagging because I was just kept reading about this thing. I'm like, really? I really fell for the accent. Like, okay.
What was he, Norwegian?
So, Dutch.
So yeah, that makes sense.
He became like this bachelor Playboy-esque figurine type. Like he advertises. Remember Dan Bazillion or whatever, where all of his pictures are just like, I'm with hot models. I skydive. I fucking, I wine tasting in Greece and shit. Shout out to your tweet. So he became like this bachelor play. Too soon. There you could travel the world, deep sea dive, travel to the Bali.
Still attacking me.
I know, I read it.
Yeah. Did you?
I wanted to go in there and be like, as an African American. Anyway. I should. I'm gonna go back.
They're sending me very racist things in my DMs. Any Egyptian who's watching this, burn in hell. Anyway, keep going.
All right, so here's what I was gonna talk about. That one thing: smoke cigars, take pictures with beautiful women. If you can get all this too if you bought that lesson. If you buy this next book, you might be on Italy sipping on a little escargot. So with the new cars, models, hotels, travel, and cigars, people's like, damn, I want that lifestyle. He's so down to earth. Right, and they're seeing him from 2010 walking on a back road in Ireland. I don't know what the fuck Dutch is.
Dutch is a language.
Can we edit that? Is that an edit point?
That's why I was saying what country is he from, because I think some countries in Europe speak Dutch.
Fuck it, we gonna make him. He is from Bartlett, Tennessee.
Naomi is Dutch, I think. Right? I don't know. Norwegian. Anyway,
why you do that?
We keep sidetracking. Don't nobody know what we talking about.
Why you do that? So, yeah, I'm kind of flustered right now. He said. So, remember when I was telling you that, like, oh, if I think about a chili cheese hot dog steak fry, and I get one, right? So people was like, should you really be smoking cigarettes and cigars with so he was like, if you can attune your consciousness to the consciousness and spirit and information of the plant found in a cigar, it can be very beneficial. So you see how this nigga, whenever it comes to him, he's gonna twist it to where it's like, no, but it's good for me because I know what the cigar is thinking. I'm already in line. I'm already attuned anymore.
Yeah. He was
basically
forcing the world to revolve around him.
I'll give you an example of what his videos entail. There were some videos reportedly where this nigga Ben would spend like minutes, 5-10 minutes, like this, going, I love you.
I know white women fell for that so hard.
I love you.
Yeah.
So basically, end quote, gazing into the camera, smiling, occasionally whispering, I love you. So, hold up. All the women listening to this YouTube just went, quick. So in the edit point, in the other hand, and he even had a documentary, the Barcroft TV?
Yeah. Oh, I love
They did a documentary about this shit. And Vice even tried to interview him, and he tried to convince the reporter that he could make it stop raining telekinetically. Remember I told you I went to a church in North Little Rock and this nigga said, I stopped the rain. Remember I said that? That nigga had a cult too, but that's a different topic. I'm not gonna go into that. That nigga Slick had a cult, and we're gonna talk about that one day.
That might be Cindy's uncle. He was pastor. He
Listen,
believed like that.
I don't want to say no last names.
Two worlds collide.
Start with an L. I'm on that nigga A. But yeah, so that was what I forget. That nigga. I never got a name for his cult. It's literally his name. We can go to his website if you want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, let's go to his website.
All right, let me pull it up.
It's just interesting to see the way.
Ben 10.
But it's interesting to see the way I think cults are making a comeback. I think Twitter is a fuel for cults. I think we have people, QAnon, or even like astrologers on Twitter who are like super, they just spew a lot of things and people are just eating it up because you're young, impressionable, and you don't really want to abide by the organized religion you were born into. So it's like, let me seek for something more. This website literally looks like a
summer camp. It looks like a church camp.
Yeah, right? No, it looks warm.
Are there any black people in this crowd? Okay.
Is there?
Look at this. Civilization upgraders.
Secret mind who wishes to strip themselves of all internal lies and realize the truth and potential of their real self. This platform trains people just like you in spiritually aligned and awakened leadership to maximize their ability to live in balanced service to an enlightened civilization by 2035.
So this nigga, you see what he's promising? He has a nigga in a
no, but it's
suit.
giving me Heaven's Gate very much.
Look, the next level.
Yeah, Heaven's Gate was a lot more, I think, Bible focused.
This is literally Heaven's Gate, but on neutral.
It's Heaven's Gate with
on biotin.
The concept of religion so much. Right. It's like his own creation.
Right. So are you ready for the next one?
I am. What's the next one?
This is a doozy. This is Reddit based, and they actually banned the subreddit.
Reddit based? Which one is it? What is it?
This nigga started a cult on Reddit and they banned it. You can't even pull it up. It literally goes, our scintillomanism is banned. But anyway, I'm gonna go into it. Basically, it's this Negro on there saying mind-altering practices such as meditation, chanting, speaking in tongues, denunciation sessions, and debilitating work routines.
I'm literally filming.
Tell you, what's up?
What's going on? What? That's mom. Just put it in the living room. All of that is mom's. Close my door.
What a demonic little boy.
No, we keeping all that.
I don't want to keep that.
No, we keeping that because he sat there and said sorry. You got to keep that. Come on now.
He came here. He kicked my door open. He literally kicked it open.
He got planks for feet. What you want to do?
Really just grinded my gears.
What the heck?
Okay.
Anyway.
We keeping all that because that was very nice of him. Debilitating work routines are used in next sense. So basically, it was all over the place. Like I couldn't go to it to research it. I just kind of took off bullet points of what this dude said who was in it.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, perhaps the main tenet of the whole cult is that DMT is a perfect and godly substance with no bad effects that everybody should be using, and that it cures cancer and AIDS. So apparently this nigga that was running it was like taking DMT
that is insane.
Yeah.
DMT is literally insane.
He must come from wealth because it said, in fact, the dude has gone as far as saying that radiation and chemotherapy are torture and makes patients worse, not better, which is extremely dangerous advice to people who have cancer.
It's like Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was a cult leader, and people believe him. All of you that believe in Dr. Sebi, cult.
So
you're in a cult.
He also urged his followers to stare directly into the sun every day. Sounds like my coworker. Saying that we have been tricked into fearing the sun to make us dumber. This nigga wants y'all to get cataracts before the age of 38. So this group is preoccupied with money.
Why did you throw your coin?
I didn't put no names. So he spends thousands of dollars a day gilding members with Reddit money.
I hope she doesn't watch this.
So she'll be fine. If you're not familiar with Reddit, gilding a comment is basically it's a currency on Reddit that keeps the website going. It's kind of like a donation to the website, but you use it in the sense of giving a comment a gold. As in like, oh, I really fuck with that comment. I'm going to pay the website as in my penance to the website to highlight this comment. And if you get gold, you basically have like your score as the user goes up, whatever. I don't know. I never got any. You got like silver, gold, copper. It's like all types of shit. So basically he would spend thousands of dollars a day gilding members with Reddit money. Now keep in mind he's taking DMT every day, so he's got to have some type of fucking money or come from wealth.
Yeah, I know. DMT's
or he's
crazy.
scamming.
Probably.
And so the issue was a lot of people. It was people were thinking that people were just in there entertaining him so that they could get gold. Like they were like, yeah, I follow you. Whoa, DMT, I'm taking it right now. I see God. Like to get gold. And basically, he was saying, yeah, I mean, this is the only way he can kind of talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, through Reddit. So if he thinks people are saying, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you, whatever. And it got to where he was giving people real money in real life. To where he was saying, he was sending them money type shit.
That's like the opposite of what cults usually do. It's pretty weird.
But imagine if someone's saying, oh, I want to do it with you, I just don't have any money to buy it. He's like, okay, I'll send you this amount of money to go buy something so you can do this with me type shit, right?
Yeah.
And offering to pay their plane rides to visit him. So in total, he had spent over $100,000 recruiting followers with the main focus.
Where did he get his money from? What? That is insane. 100K?
With a main focus on recruiting teenagers.
Oh, predatory. Severely predatory.
Okay, I got a new one that's actually very funny.
Wait, with the Reddit thing,
yeah,
did it just disappear? I'm confused. Like, are they still in contact with this man?
I'm sure he probably moved to another platform, maybe Discord. But as far as Reddit is, I mean,
does anybody know where he's at?
I think there's certain Discord. I mean, the dude that the post I was following, he kept trying to say that he's trying to get into those circles, but he can't find him. It's like going into dead ends.
Oh God, that is weird. So he's just out there
taking DMT.
That man, like in 10 years, might be the biggest cult leader ever.
That's kind of swag though. So the next one we have today is Starmind.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Now I just want to show y'all what the hell Starmind is.
Okay, let's see. What? Did you make this up?
No, this is real.
You made this up.
I'm telling you, this is real.
This cannot be a real.
Dog, you sat there and told me to do research. I sit there and do my due diligence.
No, there's no way this is real.
And then when I find it,
who made this?
It's Starmind.
No, where's the website? This is the website?
No, there's no website. It's in a Discord. Get your ass.
This is a Discord?
It's in Discord. Okay. Look, I'm gonna read it. I got some excerpts.
How did you find this?
Because I did my research. All right. So she said, "Oh, look, yeah. Because you're not putting that beginning part. You talk for like 2 hours and she's not putting any of that. This girl all week. You better have your topics ready because you know me. You know how I get down.
No, we did the cult thing pretty late. We decided on doing cults like yesterday.
In my story, we decided this months ago.
No, we didn't.
She's telling me, I know y'all don't have topics on the unspeakables. I know y'all little musty ragamuffin ass niggas over there don't do
I didn't say none of that.
Over here, we're gonna get ready before the
Yo cats came up in there with the vengeance.
I'm gonna whoop your butt.
We don't condone animal abuse on this YouTube platform, podcast.
So who is trying to call me at this ungodly hour? I'm not talking to you right now. All right, I felt it sounded like I was from Bartlett. Okay, so this is the excerpt. This excerpt. He says,
"Asphalt, get out there."
She about to make me hold up. Entertain the people. Because you make me mad. Come on. You better not hit.
Maybe I should mute him.
Yeah.
Should I mute him?
Your boyfriend will go with you.
Anyway. I'm sick of this shit! Cults are a very disturbing concept, but they're very much real. And they've never left.
Sorry about that commercial break.
They've never left. Cults are still existing. They're still here. And I think they're actually getting more, what is the word? Organized? More hidden.
You said.
Well, I was just speaking to the general audience.
Hey, general audience. So, this is the update on Reddit. Were you finished with that thought?
Yeah, I was just saying that cults are becoming more organized and not so, like, they're not, nobody calls certain trends a cult or certain things cultish.
Oh, shoot. I did not notice.
What?
You still got those non-black owned candles in the background. So the update that I saw on Reddit was like, update, I have reason to believe that this thing has its own religion. I went to a Discord server, which was like a universal religious meetup. And out of 100 people in the group, I mentioned Starmind and 2 people said that they believed in it. I questioned them on it since I didn't get very far into the group. And he says, here's some 4 points that he took away from that Discord combo. Number 1, Starmind was never created. He was at the dawn of time, a part of the darkness, until he changed and became light, vanquishing the darkness and creating the world. Number 2,
Is this Star Wars?
Starmind.
Okay. It's the same plot of
2,
Star Wars.
There is, you know what? Because y'all think I'm playing.
I took my candles off, by the way, just to let you know.
Oh yeah, I noticed. You knew better. Let me see. Because while I'm reading this, I want y'all to understand the power of Starmind.
Man, if my brain wasn't fried, I would come at you.
Okay. There is a hell. It's called the Abyss. And if you don't believe in him, you go there and are driven insane by the darkness, since it's supposed to be everything you fear.
Dude, who made this?
Hey, just... In order to be a complete member, you guessed it, you have to pay money to the leader. He will put in a good word for you. However, you may pay and be rejected, since it's according to them, not up to the leader. Starmind makes the choices. Number 4, this religion's formation is unknown. Only the popularity spikes around somewhere around 2000. That's a guess, since the 2 people said 2001 and the other joined 2007. This is all the info I have on it at the moment. I will continue my research and see if I can get more. Apparently, this thing goes deeper than just what I thought. These niggas have been following this Starmind character since 2000.
2000?
Nigga.
Are we serious?
I think it's the leftovers from Heaven's Gate, probably. I got
like,
one.
That is bizarre.
I got one more cult, and I think you're really gonna like.
Hold on, wait, the star thingy.
Starmind?
Starmind.
No, I got one more cult.
No, I'm saying like I'm still stuck on the Starmind. Like, who made the logo? Who's the leader? It's just this anonymous cult. How do people find this?
You told me to do the research. The whole went this far. You see what I'm saying? So
I just feel like if you have to pay to get information that's for free, it's probably a scam.
Listen.
It's probably a
okay.
scam.
Now this one, I think you're really gonna lie.
I'll like hold. Okay.
And after
a lot of shade.
After I do this one, I'll do like a couple like. Actually, I'll just take a look quick. I'm gonna give a little couple that are like pseudo cults, but it's just really big followings on the internet. Circle makers.
Circle makers, like
there's a cult of circle makers, and I have their website right here. It is what you thought it was.
I kind of like the website design.
Photographic evidence. Corn circle.
Oh, crop circles. Do they make these?
No, it's a following of people that literally just love crop circles, and that's their religion, I guess. Or like
so they just make crop circles?
I don't know if they're obsessed with. I don't know if they make them, but
no, they have to. There's
look, Exhibit A. It's just examples of people doing.
That is insane.
Yeah,
this is actually not that bad of a cult. Honestly, if they're just
top of the crops.
So what's the belief system here?
Let's go.
I don't. So they just.
This is my first time going in it.
Welcome to the Circle Makers website. Within the site, you'll find a wealth of information by and about England's crop circle makers. England? That's even a weirder place to do it at.
Yeah. So basically, it's like a circle jerk of people doing that. Now there was another one called Messiah Cam. There was a camera that always looked at it always looked at the Golden Gate or whatever in Jerusalem and whatever. And it was a camera that was a live stream for 24/7, waiting on the return of the Messiah.
Okay.
Now it's not a cult, but that is a very.
But it's a little weird.
Yeah,
kind of obsessive.
Yeah. I looked up Messiah Cam, and what I found was this:
world of not being able to see anything. And then we entered God's realm.
I don't know who gave her permission, who gave her the authority, and who is paying for this domain. But
what is up with white people and cults?
Listen.
It just seems like a lot of cults are ran by white people, specifically white men, sometimes white women.
Okay, now those are like the little, shoot quick fast rounds. You got there was these other websites I tried to find, they weren't in service anymore. Beastwatch.com would tell you like when the coming of the beast was like a time or whatever. Yeah, Satanism. There was one called Jesus Army where it was a bunch of people.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
There was a family search internet genealogy service for Mormons. Like
Mormonism. That's controversial. I'm not gonna say that on camera.
Right. We ain't trying to get canceled on the second that's out.
I don't care.
So
About the
basically,
Mormons.
okay. Now here's the one I think you're gonna like. The anime suicide cult.
Yeah, okay. Just because it has
Da,
anime
da,
in the thing. I like anime. I don't want to kill myself.
Positioned by Suzuki. Or how do you pronounce this? Tsuki. Tsuki? Suki.
Suki. Suki. Suki, yeah. It's just Suki.
Okay, Suki. Basically, it started like this. Suki first got the internet's attention on January 19th when he submitted a Reddit post called "My Daydream Tells Me to Die" before August 28th, in which he described how his fantasy world told him that he must complete suicide to initialize the destruction of life. Basically, since he was 12, he's literally had another world living in his mind. It started with he promised a cyberpunk paradise, but that you had to die to get there. He started this on 4chan. And there was this thing called the compendium, which is basically like their testimony or whatever. Everyone in the suicide cult, basically it's an online group that believes the universe is comprised of countless systems or alternate dimensions coded into existence in much the same way a programmer creates a virtual reality simulation. According to the wiki, he said you can do whatever you want in this world and everyone is important. The 9.4 times 10 to the 28th souls that live there, so basically like 9.8 times 10 to the 20th power, so that many people, I guess, billions, trillions, whatever. Most of them speak a language called synapsine or whatever, and made up of an uncountable number of species and subspecies, including magical beings like demons and angels. When they got in it, he asked System Space members in their Discord chat, Suki Overground, what they pictured when they imagined LFE, which stands for life. Like that's like the idea behind it. One member, Vars, said the cyberpunk dimension is like a futuristic Tokyo. Think the world of Ghost in the Shell. Another user, Migrant 4858, pictured LFE as a massive sprawling cities with beautiful views. So people began to literally sign their souls over to Suki in hopes that they may be transferred upon death.
Money?
No, they would just give allegiance. So they would say,
Oh.
you will be transported as long as you die anytime after the 1st of July, 2017. And then he said, dying of old age included, but suicide also included. So I found the website. Are you ready to delve in?
I'm kind of excited now.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I haven't really, I wanted to be explored just like you for the first time, so I haven't really gone into it. Now this is the compendium. They basically found it and transcribed it, right?
Yeah.
Who created life? No one knows. How old is life? Life has gone through many reboots and iterations since then. Life has been rebooted over 10 million times now. It has questions about literally, look at this, about life, species, science, culture, technology, magic.
Jeez,
souls.
this is like really extensive.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's even go to something like species. Could you give an example of one species? Well, first of all, there's always the mainstream ones, like the ones you find in the synapse, but I assume you want something more exotic. So how about the linlings, who have skin that perfectly mimics the night sky while flying?
Linglings.
They're kind of dying out, though. They're mainly, look at this.
No,
they're
the
kind of
sad
dying
face
out, though.
is like,
They're mainly in South Asia. Like, look at, bro.
This is insane.
This is all from what these are people asking questions and they transcribed all this shit. Like, they're asking him, they're asking him this is everything that he told them about his world. Does it have a cryptocurrency? Well, it's not crypto, but it is decentralized. Although systems often have their own currencies, Sin is decentralized, but things like Kripna isn't. Like, literally, the currency is not the most Indominion system. Like, there's so much shit.
I'm interested to...
Let's go look at the website.
Does he have a face?
I don't know.
to
Okay.
this?
Hiya. So basically, they had to make mirrors for it. So this is a temporary landing page. I spent literally 10 minutes making it at 3 a.m. on a Thursday, so excuse how bad it is. I don't know if you can see this very well.
I can
Due
see
to-
that. Okay.
Due to current events regarding the Suki project, I've decided not only to archive the initial website, but the new one too. There are some minor problems with this new mirror as it was hastily put together, but it should all be ironed out soon. We've also opened a federated chat network that migrants and others whom have may be interested in the project, but more about that later. You can find the links to the mirrors below. A new landing page will also be coming soon, don't worry. So let's go to the classic website. Unlock the world, unlock the rest. Suki!
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like, look at this. Look at
It
the
feels
banner.
like a fever dream
It feels like
of a white boy.
look at this. Look at this.
It's so
4,000 people
detailed,
waiting.
though. Wow.
-3, meaning this is how many people have died or like, look.
What? Like committed suicide?
I think, bro, look. Why would it be a negative number unless it means we're trying to get to 0? Like, meaning the more people, like, the more, I don't know.
No, this is like, this is kind
Imagine
of very
if it's like
detailed.
39,000 people, 39,692 people were living, one person died, so that makes it 91, meaning there's 39,000 people in here and they have to die to go to 0. I don't know.
Did he code all of this himself?
A dog, I guess. Like, look at
That's
this
insane.
shit. Look at all this site is intended to save the archive of the. Like, look at all this. Let's try to click around and see if we can get something. Object assignment.
17. To help speed up your transfer, please provide us with some info as well as an object which will help us.
Oh shit. View survey.
Oh god.
See, this is remember he archived it, so he probably just. So this is basically life news, LFE. Bro, they actually have like news for the fucking world, dog. Like, this is literally its own. Look at this, dating back to 2017.
Wait, read one of them. What does one of them say?
Okay, breaking. Over 120 important Indian members on strike. Apparently, some Indian members out of Indominion in Daimon, I don't know, members are protesting against the LFE, the life to LFE transfer. Representatives are disturbed by the radio sound. Like, these are actual like news.
This feels like a white man's fever dream.
Listen.
The
The gates have been opened. A countdown for
just-
Friday 7th, 4 p.m. has replaced the main site. Bro,
I'm wondering, is he Japanese? He's probably just white, considering the anime.
Let's go to that second mirror, new mirror. It might be the same website. This is only mirror of the original website. Please don't think this is the original sister website. Okay. Maybe this is the same.
This is like the most interesting cult out of all of them, to be
I'm
honest.
about to get a virus. Let's see.
Like, because I think everybody, to an extent, can believe in multiple realities. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit is loading right here.
I think everybody can believe in multiple realities and different dimensions and everything to an extent, because we don't know that much about space. But I feel like to kind of, what is the word?
Something is moving in the back. I think this is honestly just. I think it's.
Oh, we lost him for a second. Did this cult website literally knock you out of screen? Oh my god. Alexander,
Oh, you can hear me? Can you hear me?
you're a little lagged.
Can you see me now?
That website did something crazy.
Okay.
That is so weird. What?
So Heaven's Gate gave me a very like, oh, I've taken too many Benadryls vibe. This one is giving me the most clear, thought out. Like, these niggas have their own world events and stuff happening in the other dimension right now that they're updating. Like,
You know what? Okay, I could see
That was
why you
definitely
said
my
this would
favorite.
probably be my favorite one. This is my favorite one because, as you know, and as some people who are watching this know, I really like delving into my subconscious mind by, you know what I mean? Because the mind is so powerful. You can do so many things inside your own head, like, lucid dreaming, astral projection, all types of crazy things. So I guess I wouldn't say it would be too far-fetched, but I think the way he's approaching it, how deep it is, something.
we don't even know if it's a dude. It could very well be a girl.
Oh, that's true. I thought it was a man. I don't know why I thought.
It's
You're
just-
right.
Well, but I think they did use like male pronouns. To be
Wait,
honest.
that's what I assumed. They very much well could be. I don't know. It's kind of scary, especially with the whole suicide thing. You should never ever tempt anybody into trying to kill themselves for.
That's what was
betterment of reality.
because he gave them a date. He was like, as long as you kill yourself before July 17th. I'm like, what the like,
Is
dog.
he still alive? This entire thing is very ominous. But you know what? That's how cults are. Cults are very much, they center around
making you feel so minuscule.
yeah, it's a power trip for people, I think, a lot of times. I think if somebody's like really serious about teaching you things, they're not expecting leadership behind it.
Yeah.
They're just giving you the information and you take it as you come, right? Like, it's not necessarily like, oh, this is what you have to do and you have to do this to. It's literally Heaven's Gate, but like way more intricate, way more detailed. You know what I mean? To murder yourself and think you're gonna go up to a different dimension. We don't know what could happen. Shit, they might be right, but like,
We should make this the cover art for the YouTube video.
okay.
Or maybe not. You said you want to keep it the same way that Pokemon, but yeah, that was all my little all my little interesting
Cult,
cults I
yeah.
found. Yeah, I
I
fucked
wish
with it.
I
I
did
like-
more.
No, I feel like yours was way more difficult because you basically had to pull out a slide rule.
The
and-
Heaven's Gate thing is just so, I don't know. It's a lot deeper than just a cult. I really feel like it had a lot of underlining tones of like suppression of identity, with Marshall probably being gay, and having his identity be rejected so hard by his society that you almost feel compelled to, like, you know what I mean? He himself was kind of, what is the word? Indoctrined by Bonnie, who was a mastermind. She was the one who kind of gave him all these crazy concepts and ideas. At the end of the day, I mean, we've never really escaped cults, right? Like, there are modern day cults everywhere. Go on Twitter to your favorite astrologer.
Okay, how about you at religion next time instead of trying to sneak? this
Oh,
shit
I was
in?
not even trying to out religion. I was not trying to out
The shade room comment section is a cult.
Yeah.
The shade room
Dr.
comment section.
Sebi.
The shade room comment section is a cesspool for 30 and up people
Niggas who ride for
who
Dr.
think-
Sebi.
who think because they grown now that their word is law, that they know, like,
I don't, it's
Yeah.
because everyone wants to accept things that are like this beyond us, right? We don't know what's beyond us. Maybe some of us have experienced what's beyond us, but it's just I think when you're feeding lies, right? I know I keep bringing Dr. Sebi up, but like I keep thinking about how he was, I mean, well, because he kept giving people like serums for like hair growth that would grow your hair in like 2 days or something, medicine that could cure cancer.
Can you when you go edit, can you please
I will put that, yes.
the video of the nigga with his head blown up?
I will definitely put that.
How'd you already know what I was thinking about?
No, because that's what I'm thinking of, the dude with his head blown up, and people are
That
sitting
is
there being like,
still one of the funniest
like,
videos.
people are truly believing and sitting here thinking, oh, the FBI killed Dr. Sebi because he had the truth. Like, everyone. If Dr. Sebi had the truth and others like Dr. Sebi had the truth, right? If plants could cure us, if all these things could cure us, then people in the medieval ages, in the Renaissance, all those types of people would be living way longer than they lived, but they died early because they did not have access to vaccines, medicines, any of that, right? To reject that in the present day is almost scary and ridiculous. You can find your own version. I feel like to seek within yourself is way better than following a white man who tries to present to you these ideas that are very much borrowed from like Hinduism. That's all you know what I mean? It just doesn't flow right, which is why I would never join a cult, because, you know, like, mentally I'm okay with the thoughts, you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with my concepts of reality.
If somebody sent me a group me invite link to a cult about fruit snacks, this might be the last episode we do. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm one Capri Sun cult.
But you know what?
Kids.
It's interesting because when I watched the documentary, they did say that there is no prerequisite to a person who would join a cult. Anybody could join a cult. Anybody, because you don't.
I mean, shit. If you talk the right shit to them.
Well, because you don't know when you're in a cult. You know what I mean? You just kind of end up there. One second you're just like, you know, hanging out with friends. Next second you're
Like-minded individuals type shit.
Yeah, all of us. Because you want to find people who feel you, who agree with you, who think like you. And all of a sudden you find yourself in the midst of something way deeper than you assumed. Humans are not that. I think we like to think we're different, but we're way more alike than one would. You know what I mean? Like, our thoughts are very much similar to one another. And it's just interesting, I think, to see the breakdown of so many people, like 39 people killing themselves in mass suicides. Oh, and they killed themselves over the span of multiple days. Like, it was one group.
And they were probably all anemic.
Another
That's the
group.
crazy part. Yeah.
Yeah, and so my point is, all of these types of groups killing them. You made me lose my whole train of thought because you added that little tidbit. Like, my whole point is, these types of thinking, like, you know, I'm sure some of those members didn't really want to kill themselves, right? Some of them probably sitting there being like, I don't know if this was like the greatest idea for me to do.
It was probably like,
They found themselves way in too deep, and sometimes it's
people jump off the bridge, and right as soon as they jump off, they be like, "Fuck, I don't want to."
yeah. I mean, yeah, you know. And at the end of the day, everything we know about life has been passed down to us and given to us. We don't necessarily know where anything comes from, right? I believe in God. I believe in a lot of different concepts. So I'm not gonna sit there and blame.
What?
Get off your phone.
It's my mom.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Anyway, because he was really just staring down. Okay. Anyway.
It's my mom.
I
wish I had auto-tune. Random auto-tune on here would be hard as hell.
I'll try to, if I can edit it, I'll try to do it. That would be hilarious.
It's my mom. I put way too much tongue in that. But yeah. That's all I got for the Colts, man.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all enjoyed this little.
And don't join cults. You know, and don't become a cult leader. Don't become. I would be a cult leader.
You grow.
I have like the vibe for that. If you could start a cult, what cult would you start?
Fruit snack, Capri Sun. Nah, my cult would be like. My cult would be in VR.
Okay, that sounds kind of cool. Actually.
My cult would be in VR, and everyone has a huge head and like long ass elbows, and we walk on our knees. Yeah, I gotta think about it. A little bit.
Yeah.
Next episode, after this episode, let's come up with our dream cults, and then we can kick off the next episode with like, if you were to kill yourself, what would you be? You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be like a little patty cake of like cult shit.
Okay. I already know what cult I'm gonna do, but I'll present it next episode.
It's Mary Mac, all dressed in black.
We're hurting their ears. We're definitely hurting.
You like I'm just.
No, it sounded like you was squaring up with your mic.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, be careful of cults. Maybe don't be a cult leader. Maybe live life with your own set of concepts.
As long as you hydrate, you do whatever the hell you want to do, because as the great Kevin Gates said.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really care about cults. Can I be honest? Like, I really don't feel like they're doing anything that crazy. I mean, unless you're killing each other, that's a little intense. But personally, I don't really see a big issue with the indoctrination of people. That sounds crazy to say out loud, but I really don't. Everybody's different. I can't really sit there and say somebody's lifestyle is crazy. Like Bonnie and Marshall were crazy people, but am I gonna sit there and ridicule them? No, I just think they took their teachings very far.
I was about to say that Kevin Gates lyric that I hate.
What lyric?
Dick.
Did you do that in the last episode?
Fuck it. Every episode, I'm gonna find a way to put that Kevin Gates on there because nobody else had a problem with that.
It was funny.
Do you remember when NLE Chopper said, "Pussy so bald I asked if she had cancer," and in the background he ad-libbed, "Do you have leukemia?" Have you heard that?
Oh, if I find the clip, I'll put it in.
No, you keep talking. You wrap this up. I'm gonna go find it. Hold up.
I mean, yeah, cults are interesting parts of pop culture, as much as people want to avoid saying that. I mean, I feel like nowadays they've very much become a part of society in different ways. Maybe don't listen to everything an influencer or a performer or anybody says, because some movements, people, groups are becoming a little bit cultish. You know what I mean?
Can we talk about this bald pussy real quick? 1 second.
All right. Turn that off before we get
Hold up. He auto-tuned it. Do you have leukemia? Like that was a genuine question. Come on, dog.
Bitch pussy so bald, I asked her, did she have cancer? You have leukemia?